Okay, did you see the slide?
Yeah. Yes. But can you move to the first slide?
Yeah.
Could you see the slide, Sophia? Okay. Yeah, please you can click on the slideshow. Yeah, please click on the slideshow. And let's start now.
Yes.
Why you cannot share the slide? You waste a lot of time with that. It seems he doesn't know how to press the slide. Yeah, the slideshow. Yeah, I think it's still coming again and again. And when we tell him to press on the slideshow, it doesn't work.
Excuse me, you can just press F5 to make it full screen.
Yeah. Okay, could you please press F5? You are using the laptop?
Yeah, teacher. Yeah, I pressed already, but my internet better.
Or you can click on the slideshow right here. Yeah. You can see the zoom.
Hello, teacher.
Yeah.
Can you see, teacher?
We cannot see. It's still the same. I think because of the internet. Maybe you cannot see it.
Oh, sorry, teacher, but I don't know why my internet.
You can. Could somebody happen to share it, please? So we don't have to
I think I both lecturer.
Yeah, please.
Yes, lecturer.
What is okay? If we keep doing that, it's gonna waste our time, and the rest of the group cannot enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay, I may start again. We are from Group 8 and we presentation about Unit 13, new and the media, and here are our member. Next slide, please, brother. This is our content. We cover 4 points: vocabulary, grammar, reading, and answer to the question and
summary. Grammar, okay, it's grammar. Grammar is
Sorry, teacher. Next slide, please.
Just kidding.
This is my part. I respond for vocabulary, new headlines. In newspaper, new headline indicate the nature of the article below, or it is the title or news. It kind of hope to for the reader to want to read more about the news. And news paper headline in English use short synonym. For example, blast instead of explosion, slash instead of cut heavily. Next slide, please. And here are some common headlines that always used and also appear in section A on page 92. And it is the definition. A bit is attempt to do something. A blast means expensive. But if you buy someone, you officially say that they cannot do something or go somewhere. Hell, if you have something, you say publicity, that is very good. Pull out. If you pull out of something, you stop being involved in it. Break. The break is the point that something very good or bad about to happen. To clear someone mean you prove that they are not guilty of something. police sees something, they take it. Red is there. Red police go to a place without burning to find something illegal. Leak is a piece of secret information that someone. Sorry, I can see the slide. Brother, can you move next slide, please? And move to section B, work in pair and of each headline. In section B, we discuss just three headlines according to three questions. Question number 1, what happened? Number 2, if you think it is a good news or bad news. Number 3, if you would want to read more. For question number 2 and number 3, all three headlines, I think it is a good news and I want to read more about this news. And I will detail about what happened to these three new headlines. For number 2, President held breakthrough in peace process. This means President is like say in public to his or her people about the process of peace. And number 4, Sender clear out bribery charges. Bribery in this sentence mean money or something that you give to someone that they will do something for you, and it is usually dishonest. So Sender clear about the bribery charges is a good news. For number 5, police sees 10 million trucks held in house arrest. This means police can get a lot of trucks from the house, and it is also a good news that police can get those trucks. And then let's move to section C. Next slide, please. For section C, discuss 3 questions, and I choose only 3 questions that relate to what happened in our society. The first one is give an example of real blast. What caused it? I think the real blast happened is about the new law of new traffic law that make the punishment to who against this law. It increased the money of punishment, and the cost of it, I think, because maybe people when the punishment is like a little money, so that they don't follow the rules. So the police increase the price of punishment. And number 2, have this been any crackdown in our country city recently on what? For this one, I think everyone may know about the police arrest 3 young people of non-violent environment for advocacy, and I think that because of the police think that all what they do is behavioral to nation. And for question number 3, why do people leak information? Can you give any real example? For this, I think because people leak information because BR is should involved in this information, like the arrest of 3 environmental is like in this generation. So we should know about the condition of our society. And this is all of my point. Let's move to another point. Sister Reynolds.
Hello, teacher. Excuse me, teacher. I cannot open the camera. For this point, I talk about vocabulary newspaper. So letter A, use the extra information in 1 until 8. Guess the meaning of the word in loud. Translate the word. 1. The chapter tableaus generally sell better than more serious blood set. So in number 1, blood set means a newspaper having page half the size of those of the average rosette, typical, popular in style, and dominated by sensational stories. And rosette mean a light piece of paper print with information sign only. Number 2, on Sundays, most paper come with all kinds of supplements like a sport section and a business section. So supplement in here mean a thing added to something in order to complete or enhance it. Number 3, the circulation of most paper is falling as more and more people turn to the web to their news. Circulation in here mean movement to and fro all around something, especially that of cloud in a closed system. Number 4, a lot of tabloids are very sensationalist. They ask print absolutely anything also as to sell paper. It's all designed to appeal to the lowest common denominator. So sensationalist here mean presenting stories in a way that is intended to provoke public interest or excitement at the express. And lowest common denominator mean to lowest common multi of demonitor of several vulgar friction. Move to the next slide. Number 5, most paper displays a clear life or rise. Best, and this is usually reflects in their additional. So best here mean include inclination or prejudice of all again one person or group, especially in a way considered to be unfair. And additional mean relating to the commissioning or preparing of material for publication. Number 6, subreddit always says the stories about their private lives are invasion of privacy, while the papers claim they are acting in the public interest. So invasion of privacy mean for the common good or of the community. 7. The paper are sometimes tries to restrict claim they have made if they are unable to substantiate them. So restrict here mean drawback, and substantive it means provide evidence to support or browse the trust of. Number 8, we are still a long way of having a free freeze. There are a lot of censorship and harassment of journalists. So free freeze here means a body of new media. And harassment means aggressive, pressure, or intimidation. Next, move to member in move to brother Sapir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sinot. Yeah, good evening, teacher and everyone. I'm Jan Sapir. I'm responsible for grammar, and my grammar point talks about reporting and verb patterns. So before I explain about that, I would like to apologize about my mistake in speaking, in explanation. So definition, definition. What is verb patterns? Verb patterns refer to what follow a verb. There are several different types of pattern, and when we report what someone said, we often summarize the content using a reporting verb. These verbs are followed by a number of different patterns. So let's see together. For number one, one verb plus that clocks. Some verbs connected with a reporting verbs can be followed by a dead clocks acting as the direct object. So let's see examples. She agrees that it is problem. Yes, that it is problems is called dead clocks. So what is that clock? That clock is subordinate clocks that usually begin with the word that. So that is problem we call that clock. Yeah, example number two. Everyone agrees that we have to act quickly. Yeah, that we have to act quickly. Yeah, we call that clock. Yeah, please move to another slide. Yes, number two. Yeah, this form a verb plus object plus that clock. So this form similar to the first form, but it added object between verb and that clock. So some verbs can be followed by an indirect object plus a that clock acting as the direct object. Examples. He told us that it would take a long time. So us acting as the object that it would take a long time is called we call that clock. Yeah. Examples number two. He convinced everyone that the new road would be good for the town. So everyone acting as object, yeah, that the new road would be good for the town. We call that clock. Yeah. Number three. For number three, verb plus to infinitive. Yes. An infinitive verb is essentially the best form of a verb with the word to in front of it. Yeah, it means that in front of verb. Yeah, when we use an infinitive verb, the to is a part of the verb. This is not acting as a preposition in this case. So let's see example together. Dara wants to go shopping. Yeah, to go is infinitive verb. Yeah, the verb go headed by to. Yeah, we call to infinitive verb. Number two, she decided to stay at home. Yeah, to stay we call infinitive verb. Yeah. Number four, verb plus object plus to infinitive. This form similar to the form number three. Yeah, it just added object. Yeah, in front of verb and to infinitive. Yeah. Let's see. We can use the verb followed by object plus to infinitive. Let's see example. Yeah, what? We don't allow people to smoke in the public. Yeah. Allow people, I underline, is object to smoke because to infinitive. Yeah. Number two, I don't want him to go. Him is object and to go is called to infinitive. Yeah. So look at the right side. I will show you about the verb that used to infinitive. Yeah. Verbs followed by an object and the to infinitive. Yeah. Such as advise, allow, ask, urge, cause, choose, forgive, command, convince, involve, encourage, expect, fork, smoke, hire, instruct, invite, need, order, permit, persuade, prepare, promise, remind, require, tell, threaten, urge, want, wish, would like. Yes, thank you. move to another slide, please. Okay, for number 5, of the verb pattern, verb plus noun phrase. What is noun phrase? Noun phrase is a group of 2 or more words headed by a noun that includes modifiers. Example, the, Adam, with her, etc. One more examples. I want a cute puppy for Christmas. So a cute puppy is called noun phrase. Because it headed by a noun that include modifier. Number 2, I don't have a bank account because I don't know how to create it. So a bank account is we call a noun phrase. Number 6, verbs plus object plus preposition. Okay, a verb we can use the verb followed by by object plus preposition. Examples. I congratulated him on his success. Him is acting the object on we call preposition. Okay. Number 2, we prefer rice to bread. Rice is the object. 2 we call preposition. 2 in this case is not infinitive. It is preposition. This girl reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. Me is object and of is we call a preposition. Thank you. Move to another slide. So here is my last point, and I will show you about example of the verb patterns. Verb pattern have many forms that you all can see on the slide. One, we read of you. 1, I want to hold your hand. 2, I would advise you to go. 3, he reminded them to arrive early tomorrow morning. 4, I could feel him watch me. 5, I enjoy running first thing in the morning. 6, I like skiing. Number 7, they know the back streets. 8, Marshall is thinking about cooking dinner. Number 9, she makes me say sorry. 10, I like to swim every day. 11, I have translated a lot of books from English to Khmer. 12, James threw the ball to well. So here are the example of the verb patterns. So thank you so much, and move to my group member. Yes, thank you.
So, good evening, teachers, and good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Today I'm going to explain about the point which is the person. So, now let me to enjoy with me. So, it is the passage from picture. I have some else. So the first is a passage from Mr. Roper model. So the speak having started live as the project in 1964. The sun has become not only the primary problem in the United Kingdom, but also the biggest selling apples of any kit with a ceiling. Circulation of over 3 million owned by Rockwell model, an Australian who now hold US citizenship and who does not pay tax in the UK. The paper has traditionally been through the rise of the political spectrum. Much of its rise in popularity has been attributed to its introduction of the tubeless model on H3 in 1970 and of the bingo in the 1980s.
Okay, so what is the reading about? You have to come and read for us.
Reading
Okay,
about Oh, teacher. I just reading the newspaper, teacher. Can I let continue, teacher?
What's the reading about?
I just reading about the newspapers on reading.
The reading about the reading on the newspaper. But what's the main theme of the reading?
The main thing is reading about Rufus Murdoch.
And what related to Robert Murdoch? So you can make a main point of the reading. You don't have to come and read everything. You don't have time.
Teacher, that point is about Mr. Hope. Make a point about them.
Teacher, can I answer this question? The main point.
Yeah, you can answer and he will lose his mark.
Yeah. I think
He will lose his mark if he answer these questions.
the main point, the main part of this newspaper, they talk about the started of the broadcast, the famous newspaper that they call the Sun, and it is related with the political of Finland, that they talk about Finland that controlled by the
Sorry, we still have around 9 minutes, please. 9 minutes, please.
Can you move to one more slide?
So Sukha cannot answer with this. They just come to read the story. I hope Sukha cannot.
Yeah, teacher. I can answer. I can answer this newspaper.
What about Sukha?
Sukha, where are you?
Yeah, teacher.
So you cannot make a summary of that. You can raise the main point of the reading, but you just come to read for us.
I was not get to summary it. I just read.
Okay, your score is not really good for that. Okay, please continue.
Can I answer this?
You can answer, but the mark will not go to him.
Okay, I will answer. This newspaper, we talk about the main part that related about the most popular newspaper in Finland that they call Helsingin Sanomat, and one more relation of this newspaper, they talk about the policy of Finland, that Finland was under the control of the Russian Tsar. And the final part is the main part, that Finland was entered into the EU.
Okay.
That's all, teacher.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead to your point, please. We still have 7 minutes more, please.
Then let's move to another slide. This is smart point, teacher.
Yeah.
That explain how to make decision. How to make decision means you need to have six part. First is make clear for information, think that it is the right choice, have evidence of decision, implement the option that choose, evaluate the decision, know the answer.
We pronounce decision, not decisive.
Decision, know the answer, and I will explain one by one. The make clear of information. Before we choose this choice, we need to know about the information clearly. For example, when you are testing the exam, you must know that which answer is right. But when you are not clear, you cannot find the right answer. The second one, think that it is the right choice. For example, that means when you think that it is right, it makes you easy to select the good option. For example, you are looking for a job, and the interviewer will drop an option to choose. So if you are not clear, you will be select the wrong option. The third one have evidence of decision. When you are decide to choose something, first you need to have evidence or example to show it. And for example, when you are exam, the teacher will give you 5 exercise, and in one exercise have 5 answer to choose, for like A, B, C, D, E. If you are clear the answer, you can choose easily. For example, A is the correct answer. You choose A, and why you choose A? Because the letter A is the correct answer, and you have evidence. You have evidence, and you know the answer clearly. The fourth point, implement the option that choose. For example, you want to be a journalist. When for example, you want to be a journalist, you need to know someone who works as the journalist. And when you know him or her, you can follow him or her and consider as idol. Like you consider as implement or example. The first one, evaluate the decisions. Before you decide to get it, you need to check and evaluate to make clear when you select the answer. The last one, know the answers. This one, it means think before we do. Like for example, you want to be a teacher. Before you want to be a teacher, you really know what the teacher do and what is the obligation of the teacher do. Let's go to another slide. That's all on my point, teacher. This is the point of Sochit, teacher. What Sochit did after now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for prepared with that topic. I think that's very interesting. Since some you guys not really qualified for presenting the topic, you can just come to read. Even your reading is not really appropriate. Even you cannot answer to the questions. So who are you? Are you the presenter, or are you what? Just come to read, or reader just read without any answer at all. So the problem is that, and news, you see what happened to news and media in Cambodia is very weak. That we love all people to work as the journalist without qualified candidate, to work for that. I feel really so sorry with our country and with the government that allow people to, be the journalists without qualification at all. And one thing that why Hong have presented is that we need to look at the journalists and try to imitate. What about the qualification? They should have attended a class before they become a journalist. They need to learn. This is very important decision making. You cannot just ask people to look at the people, the role model, and then can be that. You need to learn the technical, job being a journalist. You just go to be the journalist by looking at the people, or ask people to be your role model at all. That's very important. And you see what happened in Cambodia at the moment? A lot of problem happened to the news. Some particular news are fact. Like you guys, you see what happened to you if you know you are being a presenter and you haven't prepared yourself for deliver your presentation effectively, even answering my questions. Even a very short reading, you just come and then read. Okay, this is the problems. You haven't prepared yourself yet. You haven't gathered information for your topic yet. So how can you deliver your presentation effectively? Right? Think about that. This is the point. If you want to fight with other country, if you don't prepare yourself, if you don't have any weapons, you cannot go and fight with the other nations. You can be a student also. Look at your pronunciation. Sometimes say, teacher, I cannot turn on my camera. Why? But the other side, you can do it. I know because of the internet a bit slow, but sometimes you don't prepare yourself. Even reading like bios, you say base. Bios is base. You see what you're reading. Even you read, you cannot produce a sound correctly in relation to pronunciations. So how much you spend your time work on your topic presentation? Not really. So I can evaluate that you work nothing with that. You deserve got zero. Okay? Decision making, not decision. But we say decide with verb. So you need to learn carefully when you produce a sound. If you are not sure, if you are not certain, look at a dictionary. Look at a dictionary. You check the dictionary to make sure that you pronounce the word correctly. That's how you learn. Okay, the more you ignore the book, the more you learn nothing from that. You see, so from presenter, only two presenter can produce sound correctly, like the boy, the peep, yes, okay, seem to be good, but the rest seem not really. So be careful with the pronunciations. You are not learn only this course, but you move beyond that, we can assume that you might have problem with that. And I can give you some comment why you can not produce pronunciation effectively, because you don't read. You don't read at all. You don't have your own reading habits. Okay? Bọn An phó thì mình chết. An ấy từ giấy cái đúng không? Nó ăn mưa tiếp cho mày. Okay, so my bias, you An nó đừng trâu hơn từ base na nó. So we change meaning by the bias, the base, it's totally different. You see? The word bias. So you need to pronounce it carefully if you're not sure. Pronunciation, presentation very important, you see. You do not just come to the class without turn off the camera and then read everything. So what happens if you delivers the presentation in front of the crowd on the stage? Okay, and then we just find you left. The chief na ana with a more than a random sword of them and I already didn't climb with your map. No, that made with this AK. Cắt cụp. Yeah, cắt cụp nó như đằng hỏi. Chẳng hết đã hình. Đi advanced textbook na, advanced na. Okay. Và hàng ai không? Decisions. Okay, not decisive. Not mean be decisive là nên từ bây giờ nó decisive attitude. Decide cũng say sorry một nhục. Anh nên dương thử đẹp răng á, dương thử nô là nó như mình ta chặt dưới nó. Ủa chứ thao được như con chi mình ta việc làm mưa bị xua là dương thử bây giờ.
Ấy giờ thao dân số cài.
don't make silly mistake happen with you guys. Silly mistake or the mistake you should have produced it. Yeah, quay đây mình cua bạc cá lai này nè. Còn hôm nay mình cua cá lai mình silly lừng nghi lừng ngớ ấy. Để hôm mình cua cá lai. Thì cái này sưu là gì cái đám ăn chẳng chứ mình bạc bỏ lại gì luôn này. Khá nè, yeah. Chụp chi làm mình. Thầy ăn là ban cho nó học này á. Bởi vì họ ăn thế này học này mình ai của rừng thế. Bây giờ câu giống như nằm về đại rồi chứ mà ta câu cho mà Khmer đó mà bãi à bốn. Chứ cái bao ăn Khmer đã mà ngay mà story just you really tiền. Bao nói gì số nào còn hỏi cài còn. Nên như riêng ăn chứ. Đôi khi đó ông lấy bây giờ trong chơi fluently đôi giờ ăn. Mình chẳng mấy mình grammar đấy, grammar nó cứ nó friend nó grammar nó riêng brand nó chẳng là cái hủi. Các bạn nó bảo grammar ai là chôm. Ni set perang mau bina aja grammar. Itu you sorry, I know sorry. Yeah.
Yes, I can do with language teacher.
Yeah, I know because when you learn, several languages, the language gonna go around in your head. Then we talk about interlanguage. Why interlanguage? Interlanguage is a process that you create your own language between your L1, between your L2. This is we call interlanguage. Mình đã interlanguage nó cứ chia thơ muối tại cái define như trongភាសាមានថាវាមិនមែនប្រកាសជា L1 របស់យើងជាខ្មែរវាមិនមែនប្រកាសជា L2 អញ្ចឹងវានៅចន្លោះ L1 L2 ហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងយើងបង្កើតឲ្យច្បាប់ថ្មីនៅក្នុងគូរបស់យើងឲ្យប្រសេះវាចេញមកដឹងថាអាមួយនេះច្បាស់លាស់ដល់យើងរៀនច្រើនកាលណាវល់ជួនកាលទៅរៀនជប៉ុនទៀតណានីទៅជប៉ុនណាណោគេអាលីកាតូយេអូខេឯណាចាំទៅអានេះទៅlanguage វិញចា